10 years ago today, a plucky young production company based in Greater Manchester released the first episode of the 5-part web series Dragons, the story of the unlikely savior of the human race fighting against mythical beasts with his plucky group of friends. The company was named Rising Shadows Productions, a name shat out by the founder in a flurry of teenage angst in between GCSE revision and masturbating. The series was a critical, financial, and viral sensation, if sensation means that nobody f***ing watched it. Seriously, in the 10 years since the release, it hasn't even amassed over 1,000 views. It has 617 to be precise, and most of them were me. I don't even think my mother has seen it. My name is J.E. Dufton. Some know me as Jake. Others know me by names that can't be repeated before 9 o'clock. I am a writer, producer, director, and all-round hack, and I am also willing to shave. But most importantly, I created this piece of art when I was 16 years old, with a few other delusional and surprisingly willing friends and participants. Notably, the infamous actor Christian Fuchs, who would love to have been here for this director's commentary, yet he is currently in rehab for his crippling caviar addiction. This was our first foray into narrative storytelling, and by God, did we fail spectacularly. So hold tight to your underpants and step foot into the cheap, cheap world of dragons. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, and others. We're in Scotland, 2014, Jesus. 5:55 a.m. I don't think I've ever been up at 5:55 a.m. There he is. Fucky. Oh, Christ. What horrible lighting.
You remember me, don't you?
So that's Sam, betraying death.
I'm here to call in a favor.
Is it time? My apologies to Scotland. This accent I'm putting on is rather terrible. Where else but Maybury? Maybury is a fictional town that I created, and I use it in all my scripts. There he is, baby-faced. Christian Fuchs, being awoken, his eyelids can roar at you. Rising Shadows Productions, ladies and gentlemen. Now defunct, I think. Oh, sonorous. I wonder whose voice that is. That is me singing on the radio, actually. And Chris is eating cereal. This isn't just going to be me repeating what's happening on screen. So we filmed a lot in Chris's house, and by a lot I mean we exclusively filmed in Chris's house. I mean, for the entire of Dragons, I think we used every single corner of his living space. The only other place we filmed was a park in Bolton, Longsight Park, which is a staple of J.E. Dufton's early works. Yeah, don't tell Bolton Council. Well, don't send them this video. Jesus. I think we filmed this in the morning, so Chris just wanted an excuse to eat his breakfast. Oh, look at him. So young. God, we've aged horribly. Dragons. Written and directed by some asshole. Chapter 1, Oh Balls, because if you didn't know, we were teenagers when we made this, because bollocks are funny. And now you can hear some warped windscreen wipers that I used as a dragon's cry. Look how realistic these clouds look, by the way. Yep, this is a preset on Final Cut, back in the old days. I still use Final Cut, so all you Premiere Pro stands, all you Premiere Pro losers, I do not adhere to your cult. Now this shot is amazing. We see Chris and Emily running out, jumping over the fence. The first take, Chris fell over into the snow. Very first thing we shot on this day, a very snowy day up in Tottington in Greater Manchester. There he is. And of course, the absolutely incredible Emily Wilson portraying Aditya, the best actor in this, by droves, I think, rather than the Chuckle Brothers. Yeah. This whole script was my attempt to be like Joss Whedon. So there's a lot of quips, not much plot. How in God's name did that happen? There's a very funny phenomenon going on here, is that you'll see that all the shots with me, with my Justin Bieber haircut, are static. And that's because I didn't trust anyone else to hold the camera at the time, because my ego was gargantuan. So everyone else's shots are held by me.
Anyway, tell me what to do. Now you're the
And my letterboxing is amazing. I just chop off Chris's forehead every single shot he's in.
my own defense.
There wasn't much thought in the costume design. I think my character's costume was thought out to be like a much less interesting Doctor Who. Chris was just told to wear his own clothing, as was Emily, because we did not have any money and still don't. So if you want to donate any money, I take cash. As a filmmaker, I should really talk about the mise en scène, but basically this was all the crap that was in Chris's alpaca stable. My hair is atrocious. And I really can't act. I think Chris was looking directly at the camera then. Why? Shut up!
Okay, thanks for that. Rupert, are we going to die? No. You don't ever say.
No, there's some great acting coming next. Look how good that is. It was like you're in the room.
What do we do?
Anyone up for a game of Pong?
Rupert, can't you deal with the matchsticks?
John, you're so preoccupied with all this dragon stuff.
I really thought I had a great Scottish accent.
Yeah, sure. Maybe if I don't think about them, they'll just disappear.
This was really our first big production. We'd done a few little things, but this was... Oh, great special effects coming up right now. Wow, it feels hot just looking at it. That's a fireball, ladies and gents. And yeah, that's dreadful. So...
What did you mean when you said you were split-minded before?
Oh, this is lore that comes back later. It's just too dense. No one knows what the hell we're talking about. Anyway, yeah, so this was filmed on a DSLR camera. We used to film on my mate Jack's that we always used to borrow, but I think this is actually
That makes
mine.
no bloody sense.
With the Rode microphone that I still have and use today. For other shorter things, it's much nicer to film with proper crews. This was me and Chris and Emily just in a room, no one else helping at all. It was... Let's wait.
Oh, don't mind.
The follow focus on the camera is doing wonders, because God knows how to focus when at this point I had no idea. I just pressed the buttons on the camera. All the lighting is different in every single shot. You've got to love that.
Well, why don't you use that bloody weapon Rupert gave you?
That would be a great plan. If I hadn't dropped it.
You did what?
Now we are screwed.
Oh, so what were we before? Just a wee bit wobble?
No, I like that. That's a good line.
How is that gonna help?
This button is made of wood and plaster.
Someone pointed out to me that actually is made of fire-resistant bricks, so they're actually probably safer staying where they are, which kind of defeats the point. So this script came from a much larger, like a sprawling, epic 60-page nonsense about this story.
You have no
And
proof. Each one of
I
those
thought
things
that,
is
well,
the
for the
size
first
of a
episode,
small
we should do
mouse.
sort
I'm
of like
pretty
a
sure they are
bottle
full
thing.
After a slightly burnt
And
supper of
so
dainty Argos
I just
customers.
compressed it. I took the one good scene in the whole thing. Well, good is a word I might not use.
How about we go out the back door?
There is no back door.
Ball.
What is my character? My character is supposed to be very intelligent, but I play him like an absolute goof.
What are you on about?
Ooh.
There is no...
Now, this character currently giving her the psychic vision later is played by Matthew Hodkin, who did a great performance as it, but I was too eager to finish editing this, and so I just did the voice, sounding nothing like Matt.
It's a shortcut around the park.
Gosh, why did Emily even do this? Emily was such a trooper. We were in the same drama group together, and she did a much better job. She was in all 5 of these bloody things.
You know.
Jesus, she had better places to be.
Okay, I take that.
Me and Chris, not so much, really. We wanted to be movie stars. Look at that framing. It's because it's like a Russian doll. It's like everyone else is so small.
Bonsai indeed.
Ooh. The famous, not famous, nothing's famous about this bloody thing. Ooh, and a joke. Okay, that's a good joke. That's a good way to end this. At least it's only 9 minutes long. When we get to like episode 4 and 5, gosh, they're going for half an hour. Bloody hell, show some... Oh, there he is. Ego. Chris. John Draco. Draco meaning dragon in Latin, of course, because I'm so clever of a writer. Emily Wilson, great job. And Sam Square is death. Great performances from everyone that wasn't myself. Get ready for chapter 2. How meta. God, I do not miss this sort of era of everyone trying to be so clever it hurts. So that was the first episode. I won't bore you with episode 2 yet, but this just shows you can do whatever you want, kids. You can be much better than we were. And that's that.